Hello, fellow educators. Thank you for joining me in this opportunity to think about ways to engage students in their reading and keep them thinking about their thinking. Two very challenging yet necessary comprehension skills for readers. My lesson objective through this professional development video is to provide you with a comprehension strategy option that will not only require active engagement from your students, but will also help you to confidently know that when your students are passing their eyes over that text they're reading, that they are truly reading. Have you ever struggled to keep your students engaged during reading? Have you ever wondered how to guide your students' thinking during reading? Have you ever wondered how to engage learners who prefer kinesthetic learning styles? If you said yes to any of these questions, you should try code a text and translate a text strategies. Code a text and translate a text are two strategies that go hand in hand to help engage readers during reading. These two strategies require students to focus on the important comprehension skills of monitoring for meaning and then determining the importance of and summarizing what was read. These two strategies work best for students in about second or third grade, all the way through 12th grade and beyond, and match the Fountas and Pinnell guided reading levels of L through Z+. To begin the strategy, students will read a chunk of text. This can be a paragraph, a section, or even just the number of sentences that are equivalent to the width of a bookmark. But just to be sure that their students are reading only a chunk, which will allow them time to stop and jot. Once the chunk is read, the student should stop, think, and ask him or herself, what did I just read? And what symbol will help me to remember what I just read? The student will then translate the author's words by jotting down a symbol to match the reader's interaction with the text. These symbols can be predetermined by you, the teacher, or depending on the age and understanding of the students, a universal symbol system could be developed by the class as well. These symbols, once the students learn them, will help the students to connect with the text as they review and deepen their comprehension of their reading. You can see that the symbols chosen for this strategy activity includes recognizing background knowledge, determining important pieces of the text, pointing out where confusion occurs, and selecting the most important pieces from the text. There are many different options for coding, not just the ones given in this previous example. The great thing about this is that you can design the coding the way you would like it to be, or you can allow your students to design their own coding symbols, providing differentiation opportunities. Once the text has been coded, students can then go back over and skim the symbols, thinking about what prompted them to write that code or use that symbol. This is what moves us into this translate a text strategy. So you may be thinking, and I've had other educators express the same concern with me as well, that you don't necessarily want your students writing in their books when coding. So have them tag their text with sticky notes and put their codes right on those sticky notes. As the student reviews his or her coding or symbols used, then the student translates those symbols into words or phrases, describing why he or she chose those symbols for that particular piece of text. Now that the students have put their thinking into words, this helps to make that often invisible process of comprehension more visible. It helps us to see what the students are thinking when their eyes are passing over the words on the page. helps us to know that they're using those metacognition strategies. These two strategies, while they could be used independent of each other, really do increase their effectiveness when they're paired together. Not only do they require students to be actively engaged, but they also require active learning as students have to really think about their thinking. Not only do these strategies really help students to think about their thinking and dig deeper with their reading, they also help us as teachers to informally assess and check our students for their comprehension. Their responses serve as very powerful pieces of feedback for us as well. Thank you for joining me on my journey to ensure that all kids don't just know how to read, but truly become readers.